or exciting things. All right, guys. I love talking about chakras because other than, mediumship and connecting with people on the other side, chakras are like my favorite thing in the world. I don't know if you knew that about me because I can see them. I could see these little.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
These little energy centers. I have cards here, little, and they're so exciting. And I haven't done it in a really long time, which is my bad. But I just recently started again. When I wake up in the morning, just to look at my own chakras, which I haven't done. And I'm like, how could I not be doing this? Knucklehead. But anyway, so before I get out of bed in the morning, I just do a chakra check, which we should all be doing. And, it's just a matter of looking at, each chakra, visualizing it in your mind. And the first thing that comes to mind is what it is. For example, if you don't know too much about chakras, the crown chakra on the top is purple, light lavender, light purple. So, I would sit there in the morning and say, okay, I'm visualizing my crown chakra, and I would like it to be this nice round lavender, sphere or ball or circle, whatever you want to call it. But sometimes, most of the times, it's not. It has like a gray spot on it, or a tear, or a bucket, or bricks, or butterflies, or something on it, on the chakras. And I've done dozens of chakra readings, for people, and it's very interesting the things that are on, I see on chakras. And what's even better is, for example, I think I posted it on my MeWe page. My heart chakra, when I got down to my heart chakra, I saw a bucket, a metal bucket. I'm like, whoa. And this is how you know it's not from your imagination, when you get surprised, like, whoa, what is a bucket doing? How random, right? That's how you know, like, you don't make the stuff up, it's just there. I'm like, a bucket? Why is there a bucket on my heart chakra? So there was this green circle, this bucket on it. And I'm like, okay, so when backing up just a little bit, when our bodies, mind, body, or spirit is either feeling super good or not so good, it's because our chakras are either in balance or out of balance. Always. So I'm like, okay, heart chakra, love. How do I feel today? Do I feel crappy? Do I have a broken heart? Am I mad at the person I love? Or do I feel really good today, excited about the day? Do I have projects I want to work on? Which one is it? It's either one or the other. It's either a goodie or a baddie. And it happened to be a goodie. So I'm like, well, what are my plans for today? And that day it was, jewelry. I'm doing, jewelry wrapping now, which I love. And that was my project for the day. So I'm like, okay, how does this relate to the bucket? I'm like, well, what's in a bucket? You can fill a bucket with things, right? Fill it with things that you love. Boing. I'm like, there you go. I have to fill my heart chakra with things I love today. And that's exactly what I did. See how it's like same thing as mediumship. You have to put these puzzles together, and pictures and people and chatting and images. I'm like, oh, why do I always wanted to be a detective. So I guess I am now a psychic detective. But so it's just a matter of what you see, what you feel, to what you're doing or what you're not doing. And you have to put those pieces together. Does that make sense about the heart chakra though?
Yep. Yeah, I love the way both our connection to spirit and our subconscious itself have all kinds of fun with symbolic metaphors. You know what I mean? Like when we're dreaming and stuff, everything's basically some kind of, symbolic metaphor of something. And your bucket was like one of those kinds of things to me. And it's a question of taking your conscious mind and then doing the interpretation, I guess.
Exactly. And sometimes it's extremely obvious, and sometimes it's not. Sometimes, you have to get through, like 7 or 10 steps to find out what the answer is. And it's not always easy, but when you do find the answer, like when I realized, okay, I have to fill my bucket with things I love. When you finally get it, you're going to get a flutter inside, like, yes, that resonates. You know, it's like that little excitement, like a kid going to a candy store. You're like, "Ooh, yes,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that's it." So that's how you know when you pinpointed something. But yeah, so super cool. You know, in the morning, and everybody should be doing this. You know, just sit down before you get out of bed, or even, you know, throughout the day. But I find out if your day goes on, there's all kinds of stuff that goes in your head that takes up space already. So
Right,
that's
yeah.
why it's good to do these checks as soon as you wake up, if you have the room to yourself, if it's quiet, and then you can just, and it literally takes a minute, you know, just to go through all the colors and, you know, these circles, and you know, see what's on them. You know, and like I said, I've seen things from horses to buildings and zippers and all kinds of bizarre things. I'm like, really, a zipper? Why? What does this mean? You know?
I didn't think about zippers. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just wild. So anyway, yeah, seeing chakras is like my favorite thing in the world. All right. So I have some slides to show you how you can tell if your chakras are either in balance or out of balance based on how you feel.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I think about eight or nine slides. I don't know, I didn't count them. So if you have any questions at all as we go, you know, just let me know, and you know, I'm going to try to go through them as quickly as we can, so we can have like a little Q&A at the end. All right. All right, so screen share. Okay, let's go to screen share. Yay. All right, can you see that?
Yes.
Yay. I always get nervous at these screen shares, you know, because I'm like, oh, I can see it, can you? All right, the first one that we have here, we're starting at the top, Crown Chakra. Oh, and I added a little extra goodie here. There's angels also associated with chakras, but you don't have to know that at this point, because that's a whole nother topic. All right, so the crown chakra, like I said before, is usually lavender. And again, saying it once again, that, you know, these chakras, based on how the mind, body, and spirit feels, is what is how you can relate to these chakras. You know, do you have a physical body pain that hurts? Where is it? Because there's a chakra that's already screaming out of balance by the time your body hurts. And Pat, I'm going to tell you about that in a second when it comes to your ankle. Please remind me when we get to the end of this, because I'm more than likely I'm going to forget, okay? Because I already have that an answer for you on how to fix that. Okay. All right. So, and also our emotional well-being is also related to our chakras. So if you're feeling like a grouchy pants one day, or if you're feeling too woo-woo, you know, these are all chakras that, you know, it's related to your chakra again. And life is about balance. I say this all the time. I am very much in balance. During the week, it's all this yummy, funny stuff, fun stuff. And the weekend, it's, you know, I let my hair down as much as I can, but it's things that I do because it's my time off. I'll have cocktails, I'll watch war movies, or, you know, Forged with Fire, or, you know, movies that I love, action, scary stuff, or, you know, I'll eat what I want, potato chips, all the things that are not good for me, you know, or just, you know, whatever it is, just balance out those fun times, because during the week it's all back to business. I think we lost Pat. I think we lost him. All right, hopefully he gets back on. So oh, there he is. Where'd you go, Pat? All right.
I had to take care of something here.
Oh, no problem. All right. So having said that, let's chat about the crown chakra. When your crown chakra is in balance, you're spiritually comfortable, where you're connected with your source, whoever your source is, and you're just in that nice connection with your God, whichever God that, you know, you connect with, and it's just comfortable, not all, ooh, but just comfortable. And you're able to see the larger picture of things, like where your mind is open enough to listen to other people's stories or find out something new about your spirituality, you know, instead of talking about yours all the time, you know, where you're connected to the universe. again, where you're open to the, the information coming in from the universe. It's like, okay, today I want to connect with the universe. What is the universe telling me today? Maybe I got some information in my dreams, or I heard it from somebody else, or I feel like writing about something that, is spiritual on my mind, in small steps where you're like, okay, universe, you're here. I feel you. Nice. It feels good. Nice. And you're able to embrace your inner light. That is really important because I think, Joanne, you had mentioned on one of my posts on MeWe, I forgot what I posted about. Oh, a pause in your spirituality, where, and this actually is related to the crown chakra. I didn't realize it at the time. But when, a lot of us who have this journey of, whatever your journey is, it's very fast, very fast paced. And there's times when it flatlines. And I know it for myself, and I know it for my friends and people I talk to. They freak out when it flatlines, and myself too, sometimes like, okay, super quiet here for like a week. What's going on? I was like, so everybody gets that little, ants in the pants with like, okay, why don't I see angels or chakras this week? Or why am I not getting any insights? There's a natural pause, and you need that pause. For several reasons. And again, this is related to the crown chakra, the woo-woo, where you don't want too much woo going on and too much of the spiritual stuff. You need to take a chill. Because like I said in the post, if it's too much, and I know what it's like because in 2014, when, my awakening just exploded, I mean, it was constant stuff. And I'm like, whoa. I know I signed up for this, but this is crazy. This is crazy. So I was like, you know what, guys, you need to pull back a little bit of this woo-woo and these angels and these spirits and all this stuff. You need to pull back. And again, when it comes to spirituality, keep in mind that you or mediumship or anything in your journey, you are always in charge. Not the spirit people, not the universe, not, not whoever. You are in charge of your vessel. So if you want it to speed up a little bit, say, you know what, bring it. I'm ready. I want some more. Or if you need a break, just say, guys, I'm taking a break. I'll catch you in about a week or two. And that's all you have to do. Sounds crazy, but it works. It works. So, all right. So now if it's unbalanced, your crown chakra, if your crown chakra is unbalanced, you're going to get a migraine, headaches, vision trouble, energy problems. This is from too much woo-woo, where all you can talk about is the woo, You're unable to clarify or discern. Is that a shadow person, or is it my imagination? Is it a demon, or is it just, a spirit person walking by? What is that? Is that, oh, that's something. Oh, I see the boogeyman in a cloud. No, it's just a cloud. It's just a cloud, people. But there are times when it's not just a cloud, and you'll know that by that feeling you get inside. Like if you see something outside that is not just a shape in a cloud, or what do they call it, Joanne? You would know. They call it, maybe somebody can Google it, where, when you see shapes it's a word I can't pronounce and I never remember.
Oh yeah, there's a specific word for it.
I think it starts with P or something.
Yeah,
so
I'm trying to remember where I've seen it, but yeah,
but for
I
all the
don't remember
people
what it
who
is.
see shapes in the clouds or in bushes or a wrinkle in fabric and say, "Ooh, there's a ghost in this curtain." No, it's not. It's just a shape. Trust me when I tell you, there's a ghost in the curtain. You're going to know it. So fun to see the excitement in people, but I'm like, okay, they'll get it eventually, but right now they're enjoying their shapes. Super fun. All right, so that's about discernment and clarification. Discernment is probably, along with trust, the number one thing to work on forever in this journey of woo. So, all right, does anybody have any questions about the crown chakra? No. Okay. There's crystals that you could work with this to balance it, of course, using color and angel. And visualize, in your mind, if you think your crown chakra is too big or too small, what I do is, see this nice purple circle here, lavender circle. I visualize it right here in my hands, and my crown chakra is nice lavender. It's the perfect size, and I can make it the size that I want, and I put it back on my head. Seriously, I do that. So I take it off, and sometimes they're super small. I'm like, nope, this needs to be bigger. And I'm like, you need to be this size, and I put it back. Most of the time, my and we'll do this next. My third eye is way too big because I'm clairvoyant. You know, it's huge and it pops out of my body. I'm like, okay, that's fun and exciting, but let's get you back to the size that you need to be. So I would take this beautiful indigo circle and just squish it down, visualize nice shape where you're supposed to be, like all your other friends, and then I put it back. So, all right, so your third eye right here is a beautiful indigo blue. And when it's balanced, insights to, okay, this is a typo, sorry guys, insights, you know, you get these insights, you know, if you're clairvoyant, you're able to develop self-wisdom. What does that mean? It's like, you know, you're given these insights, but you have to do something with these insights. Just don't say, "Ooh, that's a pretty butterfly," or "That's a nice apple." But what's it mean when you're given these insights? So, you know, you have to develop a symbol book, you know, and I do, it's around here somewhere, that whenever you get a new insight or you know, like before I got a bucket, I had to add my bucket to this book and say, okay, when I see a bucket, it means to put something in. It can also mean to take something out. So I need to, thanks for reminding me, guys. I need to add a bucket into my symbol book. All right, so you'll also have a strong psychic development. I will say this as a clairvoyant, it's a great psychic ability to have. It comes in handy for so many things. So that if clairvoyance is your shtick, then you know, it's a nice psychic ability to have. But don't let it get out of hand. There's also other amazing psychic abilities that should be as strong as your clairvoyance. So you can rely on one, like your guides and angels know, okay, she's clairvoyant, so I'm going to give her messages through her third eye. They already know that. And, you know, they're not going to give you messages through clairsentience if if you don't feel, feelings is not one of your things, So, okay, a strong sense of seeing and understanding, this kind of all falls into what I said, and trusting your intuition. I think I said that about the crown chakra, where these images pop into your mind and you just can't say, okay, yeah, that's an apple, great. Find out what it means. Trust your intuition. Does this apple mean, does it talk about health or education? Give your teacher an apple. You have to figure out what your insights mean. Just don't say, okay, cool movie, and let it go. Find out what it means. All right, so if it's unbalanced, here comes your migraines, your vision problems, over analyzing everything, like where you're in a loop, we constantly, you see things the way you think they should be. And if somebody says, no, I don't see it that way, and you're like, yeah, it's true. And you just go in this loop over and over and over. A lot of mental illness and confusion. So again, it's a lot of head stuff. These top 3 chakras are very close together. Actually, there's one above the crown chakra, but I didn't talk about that one in this topic. But we have many chakras. Today I'm talking about the main ones. But the top 3 are really close together. So a lot of them will kind of blend into physical symptoms if there's something wrong. So if you have a migraine, it could be from your crown chakra, it could be from your third eye, or it could be from your throat chakra, which we're going to talk about next, because it's all really close. And these parts in your head, they're kind of, all related like a domino. So, all right. Any questions about the third eye, actually, before we go into to the throat? No. Okay. We'll have Q&A at the end. All right, throat chakra is a beautiful sky blue. This color is slightly more saturated than it should be, but that's okay. Obviously located in the throat. When it's balanced, the throat chakra is all about communication, speaking out, your truth, your about who you are, your authentic self, voicing that opinion, not only voicing your opinion and speaking that, but also listening. So it's like a two-way system. Your throat chakra is through the mouth, but also through the ears. In order to speak, you have to listen. So they kind of work together, these ear chakras and the throat chakra, at least in my world. All right, so when it's balanced, clear communication skills. For example, a lot of what I do through these events are verbal communication. So my throat chakra, for the most part, I am laughing because it always gets me in trouble, my throat chakra, when it's out of balance, constantly. But for the most part, it is in balance. But when it's out of balance, that's when my New York comes in, I voice my opinion, before I think about it. I don't have a pause button. I work really hard on, pausing before I speak, but it's just, like I said, it gets me in trouble a lot out of all my chakras. Anyway, when it's balanced, clear communication, speaking your truth, verbalizing so people can hear you, and that has to do with words, where you don't, tell words to somebody like, you should do this. It's verbalizing correctly so people can hear you. Like, oh, I understand how you're feeling. And I was in a situation like that. And perhaps, it's choosing your words correctly, in other words, instead of like hounding on somebody, voicing your opinions without thinking how it would affect the other person, and talking about what's important, things that you love, things that are important to you. It's always nice to chat about the things that are fun in your life, because it raises your vibration, and it's just fun. All right, now when it's unbalanced, sore throat, whispering your words. If you really know what you're talking about, whether it's in an argument or conversation, you're speaking like I'm speaking now. You're confident and you're speaking out. But perhaps if you're faking it, you'd be like, yeah, so, if your throat chakra was not good, maybe your whole body demeanor would change, and you whisper, the tone of your voice changes. So whispering your words, your voice and your words will indicate whether your throat chakra is out of balance. Gossiping. Yeah, talking crap about other people is never a good idea, but sometimes we do it. Again, we're talking about balance here. But the thing is if you gossip, you say what you have to and say, well, it is what it is. I wish them the best, and just leave it alone. Just have a balance of that little gossip conversation. And physically, you can get, and this is again related to a lot of the top 3 chakras: sore throat, swollen lymph nodes, earaches, TMJ, problems with your teeth, receding gums, nosebleeds, sinus infections. You get the idea. Anything that can possibly go wrong from your neck up, is if these chakras are out of balance. And sometimes it's hard to discern which ones are out of balance, again, because they're so close. Actually, last week, my throat chakra, for whatever reason, was out of balance because I had some type of cough for about 2 weeks. I don't know. I felt fine. I don't know if it was allergies, post-nasal drip. I had a little bug. I don't know what it was, but my throat chakra was a little unhappy. And it was letting me know because I had a post-nasal drip, and I kept clearing my throat and coughing a little bit. It didn't stop, now that I think of it, until the last couple of days when I'm going through my chakras every day. So I took care of that. All right, next one. the heart chakra. We mentioned this a little bit before about when I saw a bucket in my nice green heart chakra. But, you know, a lot of people don't think the heart chakra is green. They would say, oh, it should be red or pink. And sometimes the heart chakra is associated with pink, not red. But it should be a nice, healthy green. And when it's in balance, you're compassionate, you're respectful to others, you're loving, you're non-judgmental, you know, all that lovey, mushy stuff, you know? All right. When it's unbalanced, you know, physically, poor relationships, you're codependent on somebody, you might have some emotional disorders, and physically heart trouble, heart palpitations, upper respiratory infections, chest pains, anxiety, circulatory problems, because it has to do with the blood pumping, you know, again, anything associated with the lung area. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Okay. All right. Oh, no, wait, how do we do that? No. Are we going to the, oh, I guess we're going to the solar plexus. Okay. Solar plexus is nice and yellow. This I like to call the bossy pants chakra, because it's your joy and empowerment. If you have to, like sometimes when I do meetings or presentations, you know, or I have to speak to somebody on the phone that is really important, for whatever reason, I tap into my solar plexus and say, okay, you need to be really big today and really yellow, because I need that extra. It's also ego, you know, where ego resides, but it's that extra boost of energy that you need to get your points across. This one gets out of balance so quickly, so easily. Oops, sorry. So if it's balanced, you have a strong sense of empowerment. You feel energized. You just have a good feeling, like you want to just take on the world. And it's a good day. And you're loving your personal power and say, you know what? I worked really hard on this and I did a good job. Boop, 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 boop. Pat yourself on the shoulder, you know, and you walk confidently and enjoy. You know, it's just good. And you know what, you guys, it's about self-love, little heart chakra. And, you know, you deserve to, you know, embrace yourself. You should every day. All right. Now, if it's unbalanced, you know, you're feeling out of your element, like, why doesn't she like me anymore? Why can't I do this anymore? Wah. You know, stress, you know, you're stressed, you feel the stress in life, you have anger issues, and physical parts, we're getting a little bit lower now. This is into your belly area, your gut, you know, where it says the trust your gut area. You can have ulcers, upset stomach. Isn't there like a Pepto-Bismol commercial coming up here? Diarrhea, you know. But it's true that when your solar plexus, you know, is out of whack, that medication would certainly help. So it also, as a matter of fact, I did a chakra reading for somebody once, and I saw it was out of their body, which was highly unusual. It was to one side, and there was a hole in their side, and it was leaking out of their body. I'm like, whoa, girlfriend, I never saw that before. I go, what's going on with your stomach area? Wait a minute. Do you have, let me guess, some bladder issues, ulcers, upset stomach? You know, are you nauseous? What's the stomach problem that you have right now on your left side? She goes, yeah, I have a pain in my left and I'm not feeling well. My stomach is killing me. I'm like, well, your solar plexus is hanging out of your gut. That's why. And she's like, it is? I'm like, yeah, it needs to go back. And I helped her, you know, show her how to put that back and whatnot. But it's nice when you see, like if you're doing a chakra reading, somebody's solar plexus is hanging out of their stomach. Just don't say, your solar plexus is not where it should be. Tough luck. You know, you have to say, hey, you know, what's going on with your stomach? You know, are you okay? You know, tell me about your belly issues. And then when they talk about it, they clarify or validate why their solar plexus is screwed up. And then at that point, it would be very helpful to say, okay, well, let's get that solar plexus back in. And, what I would say is like, okay, visualize your nice, yellow circle and put it back in your belly where it belongs, and kind of put a little paste on the hole on your left side. All virtual, all intention, of course. But these visuals are very strong, when it comes to working with chakras. So you put your solar plexus back in where it belongs, make it nice and yellow, and, wear yellow clothes, yellow jewelry, eat yellow food. This goes for all the chakras. Whatever chakra you're working on, focus on that color. And that's how you start to balance these chakras. All right, I'll talk about that a little bit more if we have Q&A. Okay, Sacral Chakra. This is probably my least favorite out of all the chakras. It's a very personal chakra. When I do readings, I skip over this one because it's personal. It's about your sensuality, your sexuality, private things. And, it's also about your creativity and other things as well. But for the most part, myself, and I know a lot of other people, there's like, okay, sacral, work on that, and maybe give a little, advice on how to work on your sacral. But for the most part, that's a private chakra. When it's balanced, you have creative juices flowing. For example, when I worked on my, these crystals that I decided to wrap, I've never done it before. And this was my first one, and it came out. I was like, whoa, thank you, Sacral Chakra, for, your help. And your creativity, whether you write like Joanne does, or your music, or whatever it is, that's your sacral chakra. So if you need a little jolt, if you're writing or editing or making music, say, okay, Sacral Chakra, we're one-on-one today. Wear your orange, Home Depot shirt or whatever. I don't have anything orange. Well, actually, this, I lie. I have this. Anything in the hue of orange, from peach to, like a spicy color. Jewelry, I have amber and I have a ton of it. When I do anything creative, I have amber on. As a matter of fact, today I'm also wearing copper, which is also in the sacral chakra. So I'm thinking, why am I sacral chakra today? This is a good example. So the other day when I looked at my own chakras, and I just peeked at my own sacral chakra, and it's mine. I should not peek, it's mine, but it was the one that had the zipper on it. And I'm like, okay, the sacral chakra is about, those, the sensual self and relationships with your partner or whatnot. And the zipper was just an indication of, how much do I want to be in the sacral chakra today? And it was just halfway. The zipper was halfway. So I could have opened that zipper all the way up and said, I am in a lovey-dovey mood today. Let's go, let's have a good old time. Or it'd be like, nope. So it was halfway, which is balance. So, now that I think about it, it could go either way. Weekends coming up, we do the things that we love. My husband's day, Friday, is actually today. So our weekends is on Sunday, Monday. So it's the time to hang out with him, enjoy his company, and just to be, that's the sacral chakra. Fun stuff. All right. So excitement, awakening your senses. Now the sacral chakra also is where our emotions reside. Our emotions from when we were itty bitty to now, our emotions that are trauma or our excitement, emotions are in the sacral chakra. That's why it's like I said, it's a very touchy, sensitive chakra. But it also embraces a confidence of self. Going back to the Heart Chakra and Solar Plexus, where you should embrace your amazingness in whichever way you'd like to do that. All right. If it's unbalanced, you get some creative blocks. Interesting enough, I painted for 5 decades now, and I no longer paint. I no longer want to paint. I no longer have a desire to paint, which is really odd. but I have other creative outlets. I write, I talk, I do this jewelry stuff now, gardening, flowers, cooking. I have a different creative outlet now. It didn't stop, it just changed, which is fine with me. All right, poor sexual relations. This goes to the sacral chakra. Fertility problems. That is the sacral chakra. Again, one of my chakra readings, she was trying to conceive for the longest time. So we worked on the sacral chakra. I gave her homework of angels, of colors, of crystals, of mindset, to get that chakra back in shape. And she did well. She had a bambino. Bladder trouble. Yep. Sacral chakra is now in the bladder area, reproductive area below the belly button. So if it's out of balance, you're going to feel it there with reproductive issues, bladder issues, whatever organs are in that area. I'm not a doctor, disclaimer. But in the lower part of your body, if this is really out of balance, you're going to have those issues. All right. I was going to say last but not least, but I snuck another one in there. Okay. Usually the last one that most of us know is the root chakra. And based on my cards here, it's the last one, way on the bottom, way root, way on the bottom. And it's this amazing red, nice red. All right. When it's in balance and it's in the hip area, this root chakra is in your hip area. You have strong chi, strong energy, feeling safe and confident. Nope, not confident. That's solar plexus, but safe, within your domain and self. Owning your sense of true self. I belong here. This is what I'm supposed to do in life. I feel safe here, wherever your here is. Feeling secure to shine your inner light. It's also about financial, your financial matters in life, and mainly your family and friendship relationships. If it's out of balance, you're going to be fearful. You can have stress. You're going to feel insecure. You're going to be horribly in debt, always worrying about money, troubles in the home with your kids, your parents, whatever. And a physical part will be osteoporosis, hip replacement, constipation, urinary trouble. Again, this is really close to the sacral chakra, so they kind of share the same effects. Any issues with blood, from lymphoma to whatever blood issues there are. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not a doctor. I don't do that. But it's all related to a body part. Okay, and I threw this one in here. A lot of people don't know about this. Is the Earth Star Chakra. This is actually about 6 inches below your feet. This is an amazing chakra. Don't look, Joanne. Are you looking at your feet? She's like, what? You're so silly. It's called the Earth Star Chakra, and it's brown, but not brown. There's actually your knee chakra, which is a nice brown. This is more like a yellow brown. I call it poopy brown, but it's like a yellow brown. And it's when it's balanced, you can enjoy the outdoors. You love to exercise. You walk through life making the decisions that resonate well with you, and you're grounded and you feel good in your skin. A little bit of root chakra there as well. Unbalanced, you're indecisive, unfocused, unsure of yourself. You're a couch potato. You don't know where to go. You don't know what you want to do. You don't know how to help people. You don't know how to help yourself. You just can't walk forward, so to speak, in life. And that, again, that is six inches below your feet. Pretty cool chakra. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing this so we can chat and have a Q&A. Okay. All right. So isn't that cool? Did you guys enjoy those slides? Yes, yes?
Yes.
That's
did you,
interesting.
do you,
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I mean, I knew about the basic ones, but some of the aspects were really interesting. And then,
Mhm.
of course, I did look at my feet because I'd never heard that one before.
I saw you. Um, like I mentioned earlier, when we were talking about the crown chakra, there's also another one above your head. We have many, many, many.
I've heard of about that one. Yeah.
Yeah, the soul star chakra, which is
Ah,
above your head and a little bit behind. So it's
right.
not
I think I've
directly
seen
above.
pictures with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's associated with Archangel Metatron, one of my favorite angels. And
Oh,
it's
right.
about, it's very, it's like the crown chakra multiplied by 1,000.
Oh,
Amazing, very, very
wow.
amazing chakra. Actually, you know what? When I was talking about the crown chakra, I wanted to say that that is the one chakra that I saw with my physical eye on somebody. All the other chakras, I mean, I can see aura. That is with my physical eye.
Oh, wow.
That is also an extension of your chakras. Those I could see, but the chakras themselves are done with my intuitive eye, my third eye.
Mm.
But a couple years ago, I think it was 2015, 14, 15, I, for the first time in my life, and haven't seen it since, I saw somebody's crown chakra right above their head. And it wasn't a circle. The crown chakra is a cone, actually.
Ah, that makes sense.
So if you actually think about the circles, they're not really circles, they're cones, depending on how you look at it. Because if you look at it from a different angle, they're actually cones.
Oh, I get you.
Yeah. So I saw somebody's crown chakra, beautiful color like this right here. And it was like a series of rings, small to big to big. And I saw it right over his head. And he was a very spiritual person. So no wonder I saw it, because it was big and beautiful. And I'm like, now why would his crown chakra be visible to me? Because he's very, very spiritual person, very woo-woo. So it was really cool to see. And like I said, I've never seen it since.
Wow.
Yeah, it was wild. All right, guys, we're coming up 10 minutes to the hour. Let's do the last 10 minutes of Q&A. If you have any questions about chakras, how to heal. Oh, wait a minute, Pat. I remember about your ankle. Okay. Now, by the time, like I said, by the time a body part hurts, is broken, or whatever, a chakra is already, out of whack. So you have to think of what the ankle is. Joanne, I think you missed it. He hurt his Achilles tendon, around his ankle he was playing with his dog, and and he hurt
it hurts.
Yes.
Well, it took a while to surface. It took weeks to actually
really?
just build up. Yeah. So
Oh, interesting. I didn't know it took weeks. I missed that part.
Yeah, it wasn't bang bang. It was.
It wasn't bang bang.
I didn't even feel anything, and then.
All
well,
right.
That's all I can. That's all I can attach to it, because that's the only thing that major that happened that affected.
All right. Well, let's dig into that a little bit deeper, if that's okay.
Sure.
Is that okay? Do I have your permission?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Now the Achilles ankle, like I said, some of the chakras are so close together, they kind of work together. Now, your ankle area is affiliated with the Earth Star chakra that I mentioned. And what other chakra would it be? Maybe a little bit of a lot of your chakras, but mainly the Earth Star. What it represents is being able to move forward, like I mentioned just a few minutes ago. Now that yours happened over weeks, if I were to look into that a little bit more, I would say, okay, in your life right now, what are you trying to move forward to? And you're trying to get to something, you're trying to walk towards something, but there's obstacles, there's delays, whether it's financial, physical, emotional, that you see, like your mindset on something here. You're trying to walk. Which is it? Your right ankle?
Yes.
Okay. So, all right. So the right ankle is the male side. The left is female. So since you're a male, it made sense that it was, the right side. So, I mean, it has nothing to do with, your manhood, but you being as a man, the right side is saying, okay, we need to do this now, and this is where we need to go, but there's something inside you that's stopping it or preventing it. And that may be good, that may be bad. It may be bad because it's frustrating, because maybe you have something in your sights that you're trying to achieve. But maybe, and this happens often when either we get sick or hurt or whatnot, sometimes it's our guide saying, no, don't do that. So I'm going to stop you before you make a mistake.
Oh.
Okay, so think about that, whatever you're trying to reach, Pat, and see if that is really in your best interest, or if you feel it is, maybe go about it a different way to achieve that. So now that you're aware, because you have a physical pain on your body part, now that you're aware of that, now we could start mending and surround that in brown, that less, brown color, that you saw. Very similar to this, kind of, maybe a little bit browner. And, think about your goals and your insights, and maybe rethink how to achieve them. That's all. All right. So I hope that resonates.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot going on. So big stuff. So,
yeah.
Yeah, not so much emotionally, but it's more like financial, and there's physical aspect to it.
Yeah.
Because of my fibromyalgia. And it's summer, so I wanted to get out and walk, and I had been thinking about biking. And then,
that's hard to do, yeah.
So then I was like, maybe I shouldn't. So I have an exercise bike that my son helped me bring downstairs, and but I never got to it. My ankle started bothering me, so
yeah.
Now I have to wait.
Yeah.
So, but maybe you're right. I mean, maybe if I was out riding my bike, my hesitation was maybe I'm not ready to bike, because I haven't been doing a lot of physical activity, which I normally used to do, a lot of walking and like you said, the foot chakra. I would feel that. I mean, I would feel something like when I was in the woods, or like deep, getting out away from everything, or just away and into nature. As long as there weren't a lot of people around, like a lot of distractions, I felt like I always feel like at home.
Yeah.
When I'm out. And my wife is a city girl, so she knows nothing about that.
Oh.
She's from New York, New York City, concrete and mainly, and she does not relate to that at all. So not everybody feels that way, I guess, but so I think I kind of missed that too. Well, right now it's just a sideline, but now I feel like I'm going to miss the whole summer with that, because with everything with my ankle, I have to get an MRI.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. So, and it's our dog, I turned my ankle a few times walking her over the past few months. So first I thought it was because I turned my ankle, and I was like, well, I played soccer and I turned my ankle plenty of times and I never had any major issues. But then I remembered I fell down, and I was just stuck, and I fell, and my foot, I think I showed you, it just went like inward. So my shin went over. So I think I did that quickly. I kind of remember it as like a flash. And then it was after that I realized that this week, it was after that my heel started bothering me, like maybe the next week or the week after. And I actually changed my shoes, because I thought, I said something to my wife. I'm like, these shoes are bothering me. I have to put on the newer pair of shoes.
Try Skechers. Try
Yeah,
Skechers.
actually, they were Skechers, actually.
Oh.
But it helped, but
Yeah.
it started coming back again. Then that's when I went to the doctor. I was like, this is not right.
Always good to
It
go
was
to the doctor.
mainly settled into the right foot.
Yeah.
Never had anything like this before. But anyway, not to be boring you with.
No, that's okay. Well, again, just to recap that on a emotional level, it's a way of your guides or higher self making you stop and pause and rethink a few things before you move forward of what you think you wanted to do. And on a physical level, it's definitely making you stop. It's like it's, if we get sick, sometimes like when we get a cold or COVID or whatever it is, Joanne, he was saying that he just was recovering from COVID. It's sometimes when life is so busy, crazy, sometimes our guys like, you need to chill. You're getting a cold for 2 weeks and you're forced to stay in bed and you're forced to do nothing. It's like, crap, I did too much and my guides snagged me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all about slowing down, rethinking.
Cancel this gig today. I had a gig today and I had to cancel. So now you're making me think like maybe that was the point, like.
And you know what? If you
for some reason,
if you're bummed about canceling your gig, again, think on positive. Don't be like a negative. Say, there's a reason why I needed to cancel this, and you don't know what that reason is. You're not going to know,
right?
But there's a reason. So just say, thanks, guys. I thank you. I'm taking care of my ankle. I'm on it, and then you're going to heal quickly. Okay. All right, guys. Any other questions about chakras? They're amazing. Like I said, they're my favorite thing to chat about. And they're just a world of cool beings. So does anybody
can I send, I just had a message for Pat. I don't know if you're living in the city kind of environment that your wife likes or not, but I just got a vision of putting your feet in grass. If there's any, is there any, I mean, you don't have to do anything. No, it's not about like biking or doing it. I just had this vision of you walking barefoot or standing barefoot if necessary in the grass with the dirt under your under there. I don't know, just had this like grass around your ankle and stuff like that.
I was just thinking about that.
Oh, really? Oh, cool. So maybe we had a little telepathic experience there.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe I should just go down and sit because we're talking about the root, not root. What is it?
Yeah. And being still and stuff like that. Pausing.
Earth star chakra.
Yeah, Earth star.
Yeah. No.
Because I really connect when I'm in, when I'm.
Okay.
So maybe that's
okay.
So that's interesting.
Good hit, Joanne.
How about that?
Yeah.
That's something.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Anyway, that was just a kind of like, it just came to me from nowhere. So I'm going, okay, well, I better tell him.
And doing that, getting your feet in grass now is only going to help your Earth Star chakra, but also your Root Chakra, because it's about grounding. It's about financials.
Oh, right.
It's about your family. It's about, being okay in the space that you are now.
Well, I was going to mention, I'm thinking about doing that. And then you just mentioned.
That's awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, Joanne will be hosting the next event.
Yeah,
I'm reading minds.
But
well, it's an affirmation.
Yeah, no, I don't have any specific questions for me. So wherever you want to go next, Donna, because I know it's about an hour.
Next,
that was going to be my question.
Next you're going to lunch.
How do I promote that? How do I promote that? And then that's when you said about.
Okay.
I was thinking about it, but I had a question about like how can I, you mentioned about wrapping my ankle in brown.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's what Donna said. Yeah.
And then I was going to ask, like, how do I promote some of these? How do I
Well, what Joanne said would be obviously perfect because you were thinking about it as well. Yeah. But to focus on that color, whether it's something as silly as wearing brown socks, wearing brown anywhere on your body, and focusing on that color brown. There's some crystals. What do I have here? Petrified wood, anything brown, anything earthy. Hold that crystal. Go outside and hug that tree. Just just connect with the color brown, whether it's nature, food, or crystals. But in your mind, visualize all that and send it right down to that ankle, because now you're on it. Now you know a little bit about it and why. So now you can heal yourself.
Yay.
All right, guys. Anything else? Any other questions?
Nope. Mm-mm.
Super fun. Well, this was to the hour, to the minute, actually. And this was a great conversation about chakras. It can go so deep into topic and how to enhance them, balance them, heal them, see them, fix them. But like I said, every morning before you get out of bed, do some chakra work, and it's really going to help your mind, body, and spirit. Just a minute or 2 minutes a day. That's it. All right.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to stop recording, and thank you for joining this event. I'll see you on MeWe.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
You too, Pat. Bye.
Thank you.